What up, everybody? Welcome back to KnobHead Football. Today we got a scouting report on Olave, first-round pick to the New Orleans Saints, receiver out of Ohio State. Here are stats from last season. Played in 11 games, 65 catches, nearly 1,000 yards, and 13 touchdowns. In his career, he's got the receiving touchdown record for Ohio State, 35 touchdowns, 2,700 yards in his career. Alright, his strengths. If I had to define his game in one word, it would be smooth. Everything from his routes to his releases, his speed in general, his acceleration, everything is just smooth on tape. First example of that here, he's at the top, he's going to run an out and up. DB is going to play this well, but watch the acceleration, just watch how smooth that route is. Stutters on the double move, then rounds off that turn to the vertical. This one's going to be underthrown and incomplete, but great route on that one. Alright, this play against Oregon, 3rd and 5, he's going to be at the top of the screen. This ball isn't going to be thrown to him, but he's just going to run a nice slant here, gain some separation, and then make a nice little improvisational play there to find some space. CJ Stroud is just going to take off and run this one, but pretty nice adjustment on that. Again, just trying to show how smooth his movement is, really. On that slant, gains separation, and then cuts back up vertical. Here's going to be at the bottom in the slot against Minnesota here, 4th quarter. He's just going to run an out here and be wide open. Watch him kind of tightrope the sideline. Patience to wait for that block to come open. And then nice burst for the touchdown there. Next strength, already kind of mentioned it, but the acceleration. Probably his biggest strength in my opinion. Here's going to be at the top of the screen. Just watch the acceleration on that vertical. This ball isn't going to be thrown to him. But watch the separation that he gets almost immediately just with the speed. Really smooth off the line and that acceleration. And then he's got the top speed to separate even more. But just gets out so quick on that to gain a step on that corner almost immediately. Here's going to be at the top of the screen, 3rd and 12. Just going to hesitate and then go towards the vertical. Again, so seamless on this. Just that acceleration, just that hesitation, then a little swim move there to stack that corner. Just a subtle move there, but goes up for the ball for the touchdown. Next strength, just his general speed. He ran a 4.39 at the combine, I believe. But the speed really shows up on tape every single week. This one he's going to be at the top of the screen against Purdue. Just going to run a deep post and get behind the corner and a safety in a deep zone here. Just really nothing you can do about this. Just outruns both of them here. But watch him here on the left side. Little move to get to the post and then just completely outrun that corner and get behind the safety for that long touchdown. Here's going to be at the bottom of the screen. Once again, he's going to run a deep post here and then just outrun everybody once again. Nothing too complicated on this, but look how much separation he had in the end zone here. Just that corner's got no shot, doesn't get a hand on him, just outruns him easily. This one he's going to come in motion to the bottom. Once again, just run another deep post in between the zones. Create a ton of separation once again, as he usually does on these types of routes. Stroud's going to overthrow him a little bit on this one, but got a ton of separation on that. Should have been a touchdown there. Next strength, route running. Obviously the acceleration and the speed help with this. This first example in the red zone is going to be at the bottom here against Nebraska. He's going to step up for the fade and then cut to the out. Just great separation on that for pretty easy touchdown on that one. Corner's got inside leverage, going to fake to the fade and then cut out. Nice sideline catch there as well. This one at the top of the screen, just going to run out here on the field side. Just really nice separation, rounds off that out to get out of there quicker, and then once again a nice sideline catch there for the first down. Next strength, the ball skills. Really good at tracking the ball, pretty good hands. This one he's going to be at the bottom in the slot. He's going to run a slot fade on this. Stroud's going to kind of lob this ball up, put it pretty high. Just really nice tracking over the shoulder there and on the sideline, the awareness to know where the sideline is. But watch that adjustment there, really nice play. Another one against Michigan State here is going to be at the bottom in the slot. And going to run a seam in between those two DBs and make a really nice hands catch for the touchdown here. Ball's thrown a little high. Gets those hands up in between those two DBs for the touchdown. This one he's going to be at the bottom. Just going to run a vertical here. Pretty nice release. He gets his hands up kind of late, which I like to see on this one, so the DB can't make a play. The earlier you get your hands up, the more likely that DB is to make a play on the ball, know when the ball's coming. But instead, in that tight coverage, gets his hands up late so that corner has no chance to make a play on the ball. Alright, now getting into some of his weaknesses. First one, I just mentioned the hands. Got pretty good hands, but sometimes he can drop the ball in traffic. So this one's going to be 3rd and 7 against Tulsa. He's going to be at the top of the screen and run a deep over here. Really going to be wide open on this one. Stroud's going to make a play out of the pocket, just right in his hands. This one against Nebraska is going to run a dig here at the bottom of the screen. In this one, just over the middle in traffic, you'd like to see him bring this down, but once again, just kind of hits off his hands, incomplete. Another one here against Purdue. He's going to run a corner in the red zone here, and the ball's thrown a little bit behind on this one, but hits his hands. He should bring that down in between those two defenders. Next weakness, his small frame. He's about 6 foot, 180 pounds. So sometimes his small frame can hold him back in some areas. On the flip side, it does help with his acceleration and his speed. But his frame can account for the next 2 weaknesses on the list. The next one is blocking. Not a bad blocker. Similar to Garrett Wilson, where he shows enough effort. I don't think the effort is an issue when he's blocking. It's just his frame. He can get kind of thrown around by bigger DBs. Next one again goes along with the frame. Rarely breaks tackles. A lot of times he gets brought down by the first guy, which is kind of frustrating when you're just trying to get him the ball in space. Gets taken down by the first guy, but that's assuming they can get to him with the speed and acceleration. My player comparisons for him. First one is Will Fuller. Obviously with the deep threat ability, I do think Olave is more polished in his routes and releases than Will Fuller was coming into the NFL, but he does have some of those similar traits as far as just taking the top off the defense. But I think a more complete comparison for him is a taller Tyler Lockett. I think in play style, they're kind of similar, both in the speed, acceleration, and the ball skills, the ability to track the deep ball. I believe there's more similarities in Lockett's game, just as far as the all-around skill set. My career projection for him, I think, is a wide receiver 1. Luckily for the Saints, assuming Michael Thomas can come back fully healthy, they'll have 2 potential number 1 wide receivers on the same team, which is obviously great to have, especially since they have different styles. Michael Thomas is that big underneath receiver. If you have Michael Thomas underneath and then Olave can be that guy over the top stretching the defense, I think that's a really nice combination of receivers. At the very least, I think he can be a top-tier burner. So what I mean by that is he can be that guy that takes the top off of defense like a Will Fuller. But as I mentioned, I do think he has more ability underneath than Will Fuller does. Just in the types of routes you can have him run and where he can be successful and create separation. So now I'm going to get into my favorite and my least favorite play from Chris Olave. This one's my favorite against Maryland, 4th and 1. He's going to be in the slot here at the bottom. He's going to run another post here as he does so well. He's going to get a really nice inside release on this nickel here. Once again, the acceleration doesn't even allow the nickel to really get his hand on him at all. And this ball is going to be thrown behind in the end zone, and he's going to make a really nice adjustment on it. This kind of encompasses all his strengths really in one. You got the nice release, the acceleration, the top speed to create more separation, and the ball skills to adjust on that underthrow and come back and make the nice catch for the touchdown and draw the pass interference from the DB. My least favorite play is this one against Michigan here in the red zone. Sorry for the quality. It's very snowy in this game. He's going to be in the slot at the top of the screen here, and he's going to run an out on this one. Little push off there, but once again, the throw's a little behind, and he's just not able to make that catch with that hit coming from that DB. This is a big game. Obviously, Ohio State, Michigan, biggest game of their season, and pretty open in the end zone there. Again, the throw is behind, but he'd tell you should have caught that ball. But that's going to do it for my scouting report on Chris Olave. Overall, I think the Saints got a pretty nice receiver. Again, if you can get a guy who can take the top off the defense and then have Michael Thomas underneath, that's a really great combo to have. And obviously Alvin Kamara out of the backfield. That's a really great trio of pass catchers. But yeah, I think the Saints should be interesting to watch this year. Hopefully Jameis and Michael Thomas can come back fully healthy so they can achieve their full potential. But yeah, I think Olave fits in really well with that team. I see the Saints as being a team who could make a run. But yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Keep an eye out for more scouting reports in the future. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.